but just because they're bad doesn't mean they don't have good quality. And when you're winning, there's this idea that everything is right, that perfection is now presented itself and life moving forward is going to be easy. And it's not until you're in that position where you expect perfection that you start to see the true problems and flaws present themselves. And, you know, my monsters have been masked and disguised in various different ways, but I've been able to pinpoint them throughout the years because some of those monsters got stronger. You're talking about the world of an ego, the idea of who you think you are versus what you are, or the idea of expectations and needs as to what you feel you need and what you have. The monster that's feeding that, right? Now that I'm making money, this is what I should have. This is how I should look.
So the more they succeed, the bigger their ego becomes and the more they expect of themselves.
I had no idea. But what that time did, it put it on the forefront. And you get to see how people are truly battling on a day-to-day based off of perception, doubt, and how they feel based off of what I think you think. Like,
Yeah.
it's a scary thing. And, you know, I can only be transparent and authentic in hopes that people will find it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Be you unapologetically, and as you are correcting or fixing or evolving in you, understand that you got a dope thing to look back at, and that's the old you versus the new attempt in who you are trying to be. That to me is beautiful. Every piece of art that I look at, that I love, that I embrace, there's nothing better than looking at it from the start. What did it start out as?
Yeah.
So what he's saying is that you don't have to feel sorry just because you're a flawed person and you make mistakes, as you're constantly changing and improving as a person.
I. Get out the way, Kevin. Let other people be great. They're only going to make this thing greater. You're prohibiting that by trying to stand in a moment of great so that people can look at you. Let other people do the thing, and while they do it, embrace them, support them. And as they grow, we grow.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I flourish in the most, which is why the first thing that I asked you, I said, how long have you guys been together? Because I want to see what the world of your team is.
Yes.
And there's no coincidence that the level of success comes with a relationship that's evolved from day to said date.
Yes.
It comes with an understanding, a level of community, a want for success, but we have it together because we're embracing the world.
Basically saying that the longer that people know each other for, the greater their team dynamic is and the more they'll succeed, which I don't really think is necessarily true.
There could have been so many ways to answer that question. And the fact that you brought it back to being bigger than you, I mean, that mindset is everything, but it's so easily missed because we grow up in a dog-eat-dog society. When I speak to people in the entertainment industry, if you were a person of color, you were put against the only other person of color. It's like there can be only one person of color comedian. Like it's all divided.
The competition in today's society is toxic, and there's also an element of racism in it.
But not in one interview did you ever see them have any type of rapport that looked as if there was animosity or anger towards one's success. The happiest people for Michael Phelps were the people on his team. The happiest people were the people that got the silver, that were on his team.
Yeah.
That to me, that's the mold in the making of real champions, right?
Yeah.
That's the mold in the making. Like if you're in it and you have said, this is what I'm destined to do and I'm going to give my all, and every day I show up with 100%, regardless of the outcome, I'm showing up with 100%. That day going to come. Whenever it comes, I'm going to be ready. It's going to come. I'm going to get my just due and my fulfilling like need and energy and want for knowing that I have just delivered for myself. That's what I compete with. That's why I look at the mirror.
Yeah.
Sometimes I let myself down because the thing that I'm trying to do, I should know I can't redo.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm chasing the thing that can't be redone again. Sometimes the lightning in the bottle strikes once. You're not going to get that again. So there's times when I'm so hard on myself that I miss the moments of success that I should realize that I'm having.
Yeah.
Because I'm chasing this thing.
Yeah.
So the important thing is celebrating the successes that you already have.
It was all about the addiction to number one.
Yes.
It's this idea, and you'll love this. There was a study that I saw that said, because you brought up the Olympics, it sparked my brain. There's a study that I saw that said people who win bronze are happier than people who win silver, because the people who came second were this close to first.
Oh my God, yeah.
But the person who came third, they were happy. They were like, we weren't going to get first, but we got in. We got on the podium.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's that podium syndrome of like, at least we got on. But the person in silver, they are mad at themselves because they didn't get number one.
Yeah.
Not really, because if the ones who won gold performed way better than the ones who got silver, the ones who got silver will realize that they were nowhere close to getting first.
And so that addiction to number one is so strong.
It's a bigger addiction when there's multiple versions of it. I'm guilty. I try myself to act as a aid for laughter, happiness, joy. And I can only hope that the conversation attached to my name will be one of good. I can't control it. If it is, great, man. If it isn't, I tried. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where my mindset is today, Jay.
That. Well, when I listened to your audiobook, which I felt was a very intimate take on you as a human, not as an entertainer, I can honestly say that I walked away from it saying to my friends and people that I speak to, going, you know what, Kevin didn't have to do that. That's how I felt when I listened to you. I was like, Kevin didn't have to do that. Like, he's successful, he's winning, he's great at what he does.
So Kevin is not obligated to do all that, but he did it anyway, and that reflects on how nice he is as a person. But at the same time, he knows that if it's not successful, at least he tried.
We're not competing with one another. And we all have different level of success that makes sense for us, right? Like, one success has nothing to do with the other.
Yeah.
And the support, the love that we give each other, that we embrace each other with, it's all done with the understanding that we can all exist at the same time.
Yeah.
And the conversation of there can only be one is one that we've created as a culture.
He's saying that in life, for one person to succeed, it doesn't mean that another person has to fail, and we can all succeed together in our own ways. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you have enjoyed.